Miss me with the bullshit.
Yo, what up, what up, what up? It's Maddie C and my crew. Introduce yourselves.
Modern Day Music Man, Jamal McMillan.
I'm Dominica.
I'm Asia.
I'm D Watts Dark Barber.
Right, let's go.
And the Modern Day Music Woman who's never on camera, but she is here, right? Alright, cool. Check it out. Today's episode. Ooh, hate. That's right. Sweet science of hate.
Ooh.
Hey, gotta talk about it, brother. You know
No
why?
doubt, no doubt.
Because niggas be hating, man.
They do.
You know what I'm saying? Bitches be hating, man.
They
So
do.
that's what we gotta speak about hating, man.
Let's give it to
You know
him
what I'm
real,
saying?
man.
Right.
Let's
You know?
give it to him real.
Hate. What could I say about hate? It is the opposite of love, right? So, love is the highest form of understanding. All of my peoples out there who know what I'm talking about, gonna get what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Love is the highest form of understanding.
Always like that.
Love is the best part, right? Okay, cool. That's a little bit of lessons for you, right quick. The Supreme Alphabet. So, let's see what hate is. If hate is the opposite of love, then hate has to be the lowest form of understanding, right? Matter of fact, hate gotta be where you don't understand somebody, right? And it has to be the worst part, all right? And let's take it from there. Hate.
Yeah, I can't
Hate
disagree
is-
with your assessment.
Right.
I cannot.
Not at all.
All right.
Can't.
Cause niggas be hating,
Well
man.
said.
Niggas be hating, man. And I hate a hater.
Well said, man.
Niggas be hating and I'm niggas, cause I be hating too. I can't front. We all got hate in our blood. We all be hating. We all. I mean, I just keep it 100.
That was profound.
Huh? We all hate. You know what I'm saying? Now it's like it depends on what you hating on and why you hating. You know, but we all hate. We all feel that animosity towards some shit that was like, oh man, this motherfucker right here. You know what I'm saying? But I don't like a motherfucker who acts on that hate. You know.
Yeah,
You might feel some type of way about somebody, but
it's fair
right,
to keep
right.
it up here.
Right.
You know, I think it's
Right, because everybody,
feelings.
feelings is feelings. Your emotions gets to everybody. But when you start to be like, oh man, what can I do to stop this motherfucker, man? Or what can I do to slow this shit down, or
See, that's
whatever
pure
it is,
hatred.
huh?
That's pure D hatred.
That's hate, right?
That's pure D hatred. Like, if I'm hating on some shit, I'm hating on some shit when I'm trying to make a change to some shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not hating on my man's because he getting money or some shit or he doing his thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm hating because Donald Trump bitch ass off. I don't like that nigga. I'm just being
Justifiable hate.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
That's hate, though.
No, I'm just saying.
That's hate.
It is. I ain't gonna deny it.
He's still
Okay.
saying what he's saying is you can reconcile the understanding for his particular hate
Right.
versus somebody just hating on something about me that I can't control.
Yeah.
Like how I look.
Like, oh, my man got a Benz and I don't got one.
Yeah,
I don't
like
know
that.
hate.
That's
I
not
think that's just like
justifiable
disgust. So let's
hatred.
let's just say like if it's something that you can't control, right?
Yeah.
All right, let's just say I don't know something about you, like yo man, I just don't like this nigga dreads or some shit like that.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't feel like that. I'm just saying. I'm just throwing out examples, right?
I
You know what I'm
Go
saying?
ahead.
I just don't like this nigga dreads, right?
Go ahead. Let's
Like-
eat right. Go ahead. Come on.
But that's not. I don't think that's hate. That's just like yo, you just don't. I don't like a nigga dreads. You know what I'm saying? Now, what's hate is if I try to figure out a way now
That's
to
a
make you part.
right?
Right. That's right.
Yeah.
But hating is like, all right, like, ooh, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna fuck with some bubble gum in this nigga shit. You know what I'm saying? So he gotta cut it.
Now you done fucked up.
Now you done fucked up, right?
Yeah,
but that's
yeah.
hating. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Hating is when you try to do some shit to where it's like,
we can't reconcile stuff like that.
I feel you.
Not even a little bit.
So you don't think saying you don't like his dreads would be hating?
Nah, not really. It's like, man, I don't like this.
Hating any different.
On a different level. It
Hey,
would
man, listen, you know what?
It's-
I guess if you want to put it like that.
What's that word
But
called?
no. Because that's the thing. Right, disagreeing and having an
on a
opinion.
base level,
Right.
That shit I
to
heard all
dislike
day.
him doesn't make sense. To say to yourself, I wouldn't get him.
Well, here's the thing. What if you just...
is a baseline.
Now, here's the thing, right?
No
Now,
observation would say I don't like him.
well, even if you say, yo, you don't like it, right?
Yeah,
Even
right.
if you say you don't like something, I don't feel that that's hating. That's just my opinion. I don't like it. I don't like it. Cool.
Yeah, I'm fine.
You know what I'm saying? So
I'm
you
hating
got
it.
right now. There's a difference again, the hating is like, yo, I'm trying. All right, you know
You
what?
put energy in
I'm
that.
right. You know what I'm saying? I'm letting this shit boil and on the inside of me, like, yo, man, I just don't like this nigga dreads. Something about it. You know what I'm saying? That's hating. You know what I mean? So it's like, yo, that's when you got, you know.
If you just don't like something, it's just you.
That's
Don't
it.
That's your opinion.
So not
It
like-
could
like-
just
like-
be not liking.
Yeah,
hate
so
it.
not liking an object or not liking a thing is different from not liking something about a person.
It could be just a dislike, a general
that's
dislike.
right. But
It's
if
just
you
a
say
dislike.
clear as day,
I
I
hate-
hate it.
They're different
Then
things.
you're hating.
No.
Yeah.
I hate it.
So directly saying I hate you you can't argue with a person what they saying. They just told you I hate that. Now you want to reconcile for them what they really meant. No, they just told you clearly I hate that. So you gotta take that
So
at
that
face
order,
value.
that's the reverse hate. That's if I say I hate your dreads, and then you try to argue me down like, yo, well, why you hate my dreads? That's reverse hate.
But if you never say it and you put gum in your head, you can just.
That's still
That
being
was
a
wild,
hater.
wasn't it?
Listen, that's still being a hater. Now,
That's
you got,
hella
but you
aggressive.
ain't
if you
Put
got
some
malicious
words about
intent,
it.
if you got malicious intent behind the way that you're feeling, then it's like, oh, that's real hating. You know, that's ego passions having an opinion.
I feel you.
You know,
I get what you're saying, though, man. That's
Listen,
what makes
man.
it even more funnier.
niggas be hating, man. Like, yeah, I be thinking of all the ways that niggas be hating, and the shit just be like, we need to address some of this shit, man, and try to get to the root of why. You know what I'm saying? What takes it past just thinking it till now you want to act on it? Because I feel like the acting on it for real is the real hate. That's when you start. That's when you're a hater.
Yeah,
You know
that's
what I'm saying?
That's what makes a hater.
Right, that's what makes it when you start acting on it. Because you might feel some type of, man, I don't like this motherfucker, I don't like this and that. You said what?
Trauma.
Trauma?
Jealousy.
Yeah.
Trauma.
Jealousy, right?
All that
What be
shit.
jealous of? All right, boom. So it's like,
Oh shit, that's what we do.
Okay, yeah.
yo, what motherfuckers be jealous of? I know motherfuckers be jealous of you.
My ass.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So like,
Oh what?
she got a donkey, you know what I'm saying?
Oh shit. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
man.
All right.
One time for the one time.
No.
One time.
Oh shit.
One time,
Okay.
this I'm trying to get my ratings up. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, shit.
One time for the one time. Just stand up one time.
Is they a miss in the
Just
air?
one time
God,
for one time.
shit, man.
Listen, man, but I know motherfuckers be
Oh, no.
hating, man. And they feel like, oh my gosh, Becky, look at her butt. That's what motherfuckers be thinking. I'm dead ass, man. Literally.
Is this live?
Nah, it ain't live. You just
Oh, we
recording.
can edit it.
But motherfuckers be hating all types of shit, man.
Yeah,
it's
but
like-
I think it's a personal animus, an individual just have about themselves. They just, a lot of times when it's a negative choice of how you perceive something, automatically you can put that back on yourself, right? Because you could have easily have chosen a positive thing to say or think in that moment versus something negative. So you can't take that away from the individual's choice to be like that. It's a person's freedom to think as poorly as they want to, as well as best as they possibly can. You could be an asshole if you want to. You just have to understand the ramifications of your life being an asshole.
Mm-hmm.
You can be a good person to get the benefits of being what a good person normally get. These people that just want to hate on you for no fucking reason at all.
Now,
I mean,
listen,
no reason.
I feel like
We were just talking about justifiable reasons to hate on somebody.
now here's the thing.
But
That's the worst kind of hater right there. If you hate on the nigga that don't for no reason, that's the worst kind of hate, right?
Yeah.
Now, the justifiable hate, let's get into that, right? Because now let's say, it's gonna be sometimes you can be like, listen, man, you know what? I don't like what this nigga doing over there. You know what I'm saying? Let's say like if let's use a dope deal. Let's say motherfucker selling dope, whatever the case may be. You know what I mean? And he getting money. Still ain't no reason to hate. But I guess you could justify like, all right, what he's doing is tearing up the community, and I don't like that. You know what I'm saying?
You push dimes and he sell weight.
Oh yeah, you know what I'm saying? And I guess that could be a justifiable reason to hate. Not really, you know what I'm saying? I don't feel there's no justifiable reason to hate.
Hey, look, man,
But it happens though. We all
you have to know it's no absolute, right?
Right.
There's some
Hey, look,
reason.
man, truth of the matter is, haters, they serve a purpose too.
I feel you. They
Shit, they serve a purpose too. Shit, you need somebody to hate on you sometimes. You just be like, Okay, you
Now,
may
so-
turn up even more.
And I agree with that. But you have to have
You gonna give
clarity
me
when you're
11?
trying
Matter
to.
of fact, give me 5 more haters, goddamn. Today.
You have to have clarity in what the understanding of hating really is.
right.
All right.
Yeah.
Is somebody hating because they jealous of something?
Right.
Or is somebody hating because somebody has done something to me that made me feel hatred?
Like, give me. Well,
Right.
I don't think that's hating. You know what I'm saying? Feeling hatred.
It's not the hating you
Yeah,
talking
right, that's
about.
not the hating I'm
Which
talking
I
about,
want
right.
to make sure that we know
Right. That is
which
hating I'm talking
hating that
about.
we talking about.
So now, if
because-
somebody do something to you and then you hate them because of that,
That's different.
that's just like, yo, you got all rights for if they did something to you. I'm talking about, yo, you wake up in the morning time, right? And we walking down the street, what's cool, whatever the case, or you pull up next to me, you pull up in the Benz, and I'm driving the 1990.
right away.
You know what I'm saying?
Right
the Nissan,
away,
what you call it?
yeah.
You know what I mean? We both pull up to the
Yeah.
bus stop. I try to holler at a shorty. I ain't getting no play. You pull up, you get the play because of you in the Benz. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, oh. And then I do something like, yo, at the red light, I just crash into the back of your shit just off the GP. I just no brakes.
angry.
Boom, just smash into the back of your shit. You know what
So
I'm
who was really hating at that moment?
I
Was
said,
it-
the nigga
was
hit
it the
you.
guy that pulled
The nigga
up
hit you.
and took the girl from you?
The nigga-
Or was it the one who seemingly is just retaliating hatred versus really hating in the first place?
See, that's the thing. I like that, right? Because that's the science of hate, right? If I pulled up in the Nissan, right? If I pulled up in the Nissan, I'll let Shorty, and you know you got this fly ass car, and you intentionally pull up now on some like, yo,
Yeah,
and,
let that man
and you
eat.
just dim my light, right? And
Let
it's
that
like,
man
oh,
eat
this
on the
nigga
bus.
just hated.
Let that man eat.
See?
You had to pull up at the.
That's why I said it's the science, man. The
But
sweet
you don't
science
know
of
that
hate.
he was trading. He didn't know he was stepping on somebody's toes.
Listen, nah,
He
niggas,
just saw, he
niggas,
saw the same thing you saw. He was like,
niggas
hey.
know.
He could have been talking to his sister,
Listen, nah.
maybe a cousin.
Nah.
Yep.
Niggas know, man.
We don't know. We don't know in full.
Listen, man.
But something tells us he didn't give a damn who it was.
Right.
Well, man,
And he just did what he had to do.
That's the
That
science,
could
man.
Oh,
be
shit.
hating.
Oh,
That
that's
could
crazy.
be hating.
That's the science of hate,
Yeah.
man. Like shit
Yeah.
is
It's tough.
this shit is a never ending revolving door of when you get in or get off. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes you don't start out as the hater, but then you end up as the hater.
Oh,
Or sometimes
yeah.
you start off as the hater, and then you end up getting hated on.
It's all hatred.
It's all hate, right?
It's all hatred.
It's all hate.
And so that means it's
hard.
bad.
It's hard.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we just shouldn't focus on anything negative.
It's
At the end of the day, but individuals will be individuals. They gonna choose today I'm an asshole. Other days they might not be.
Right.
I don't know if that makes them the totality of what an asshole is by choosing days of which you're gonna be an asshole or not. But it's a good start going there.
Today is
Yeah.
today.
So just don't be the kind of person that go around fucking with people. I've known people to get shot for less.
Right.
For sure.
Nigga, that's
Some-
hate. That's
it's
hating in
people-
itself.
It's people have been
Sure.
shot for a dub of weed.
Nigga, that's hating in itself.
Some nigga shot on a fucking free space game. Like, nigga won't even gamble. I'm
Listen,
like, God damn, how
that's
does that
hating.
work?
Anytime
CeeLo.
that you got anytime you got
$5 in a game of CeeLo.
For no reason. that shit is hating.
That's
Four,
hating
five,
to the
six,
max.
Right. It's hating to the right. Hating to the
Hating
max.
to the max. man.
Right.
Hey, shit, but yeah.
man.
That's
We done
some-
seen
that's-
it all,
That's
man.
some retarded shit, actually.
Yeah.
I don't even
Yeah.
know what's that hate.
Right.
Certainly some mental health issues.
That's why I said. That's why I said
That
hate
shit right
is the
there,
lowest
right
form of
there.
understanding. You know, because hate is like it don't take no understanding. It's just like whatever. I just don't like this shit because I don't like it, and I'm gonna just be that way.
So what I
Fuck
say,
it.
what I always say,
You always say take the high ground and be more positive and shit like that.
because it's
Kumbaya and all
not
that
in
type of stuff.
everybody's disposition.
Nah, nigga.
Yeah,
It's not. They'll say it out their mouth.
Listen, man.
They'll say a lot of things out their mouth, but in a moment when it really matters, you chose a different path.
Right. We chose
And then when you
the
locked
hating
up
path.
somewhere, wondering why you didn't just chill out, or when your people mourning you, at a service, then the understanding is supposed to click in. But why? Just already go where you should be.
But now let's say like you don't take it to the
What kind of
extreme.
person you think you're gonna be at 60 years old? You
Stick-
ain't gonna be the
stick
dude
me
out here
I'ma be-
swinging on people
I'm
no
my
more.
man,
You ain't
stick
gonna
me
be
to-
doing
you know
all
what I'm talking
that.
about? Right.
You know what I mean? Both
the
of them,
hypocrisy. That's how I'm gonna be at 60,
You gonna be
nigga.
somewhere chilling, trying to take a
Bitch,
vacation with your grandkids. You're gonna be trying to do a whole bunch of stuff that ain't got nothing to do with what you're doing right now in this moment. So I think if we all kind of pursue the path of the person that's ahead of us, which should be our better self, our 60-year-old version should be our best self, right? A person who's kind of been there and done all that, knowing what they need to do, don't need to do, being right, righteous, about how they live their life for real. They eat better. They tend to do the kind of things like take walks with young people don't really do like that for real. I think we should just try that avenue first and see if you can do that.
Nah, I don't like that, man.
Why not?
Cause I'm a hater. You know what I'm saying? I don't like taking walks with young niggas. You know what I'm saying? I don't like being righteous. Okay? I like being unrighteous. Alright? Cause I'm a hater. And hating is what I do. Okay? That's what I do.
It's everybody's choice to be who they want to be. And then at the end of the day, right, like if this was a game we all playing, we'll see who's still playing the game.
Everybody's still gonna be playing. Win or lose, you're still in the game.
You know who the safest people are in the world?
Who?
People that stay their ass in the house. They
Nah,
don't go
man.
nowhere. They don't go nowhere. Listen, now with all this convenient shit out here, they really don't have to go nowhere. You can order groceries from Walmart, get it sent to your house.
Oh,
you can get TVs and
watch
all
how I
kinds of
be a
stuff
hater,
sent.
right?
All this
watch
convenience.
it. Because I'm a hater. That's right. Imagine you DoorDash some shit to your house, right? I'm type of nigga, just eat your fries. You know what I'm saying? Eat your motherfucking fries.
Yeah, that's a real hater.
That's a hater.
He is
That's I'm a hater,
real
nigga.
hater.
Because I'm a hater, nigga. Okay? Alright, that's what I'm doing. This
But
show's about hating.
they got the tag.
All of the
tag
hate
on the bag,
situations.
though.
Everything that niggas do, that listen. I'm just telling some real shit. Nigga, I bust the bottom of the bag, nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Come on, man.
Them fries is getting ate, nigga. Because I'm a hater.
Beat up.
Especially that Five Guys shit.
Listen, man.
I just told you people have been shot for less,
Listen,
man.
man. Shit.
People
No, that's a fact.
now that's what's crazy out here.
What?
It's how quick people are to pick that gun up. And
That's
bust in
it,
your
bro.
ass.
That's hate. That's hating.
Yeah,
That's hating
that's
because
something I think.
I feel like when you
outrageous.
grab that gun, it's like because you know you can't whoop a nigga. You know what I'm saying?
That's
So it's
called,
like
that ain't hate. That's called I'm scared.
Or
that's
Fries,
being
they
scared
got
is
a
real
rifle
small.
gun at you.
No,
You said what?
You eat 2 sets of fries, they got a
Oh
rifle
man,
gun.
listen.
they got to write the brandish
One stop.
over
Fuck
a
them
meal.
stars. You know fries, nigga.
God.
Hating.
Eat another set.
Fries on the gate, baby.
Listen, man. I'm telling you. There's so many different ways of hating. I'm gonna go over so many scenarios of hate. You know what I'm saying? Scenarios that scenarios that I chop up with my friends and my family. You know what I'm saying? Let's talk about this set of haters, right? Let's get into like baby mamas and baby fathers, right? You know what I'm saying? Type of hate, right? You know what's hate?
man.
I'm saying it's hate, right? Because y'all got kids, right? All the ladies got kids.
man.
The baby moms right here got kids, right? I'm saying. No, I'm trying to make a joke, but here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. Let me tell you what's some real hate right here, right? Let me tell you what's some real hate, because niggas be doing this shit all the time, right? You got the kids, it ain't your weekend, right? It ain't your weekend. It's time for you to drop the kids off to the father, right? Alright. He know that Maddie C coming to pick you up, right? So then he call and he be like, yo, Dominica, I ain't gonna be able to watch my son this weekend, man. You ain't gonna go out on that with that nigga on my watch. That's some hating shit, right? That's some hating shit. Niggas be doing that shit, man.
And especially if you use the child as a proxy,
Right? Yeah, listen, man.
to do so.
Hating ass niggas. Hating ass niggas be trying to stop you from getting them buns any way they can, man.
That's
You know
why
what I'm saying? Them baby fathers,
That's
man.
why you don't need to mix. Like,
That's
you don't
actually
need to
beyond
know who
hate.
you moved on with.
You gotta be careful who you have kids with.
You gotta be.
Listen, man. Well, first and foremost,
You can get food.
I feel the women gotta be
Somebody
careful when they have kids with, not the men.
They
Well, the
be-
men too, right?
Yes, the men.
Yeah.
Women
Women be hating
so
on it.
wild
They
as
be
women.
hating.
Yeah.
Oh, man, definitely.
My ex-wife used to hate my goddamn dress code. I was like, that's
Whether it's a man or a woman, it's
Right.
especially the type of person that just feel vindictive. Right?
That's hate, man.
You know, they just
That's hate. To be vindictive, man.
Just-
for no
just-
reason. A lot of it.
just bitter beyond bitter.
Listen, man, that's
like,
that shit
they'll
be-
never let it go.
That should be
They-
eating you like
what I mean?
cancer on the inside, man.
But,
Hating, man. I'm telling you.
but we can do something about it though.
What can you do?
like everything else, you know, you put a mechanism in place
Right.
to make sure that in the event some other shit go off, I can make you pay a penance for that, right? It's called a court. You go down to that courthouse and you get a custody arrangement of how that's supposed to go with your kids. If so and so violates any part of that, you might as well go and hand them over to me, type shit.
Yeah, I mean that shit. That shit. First of all, that shit take time.
That happens, right?
That shit
Not saying that you want the rift, because you don't ever want your kids to experience
the hate
their parents,
right?
The two people that they love the most, right? In a battle, in a contest. That's not good for the psychology of the child. However, you don't want the pettiest of the parents at the helm of those things, right? I would want the most responsible parent towards the child. Not just my personal way of how I feel towards you in the equation, but just me understanding that everything that is done here, all the actions are related to the child or the children, period, right? And as long as you have that person at the helm of all those things, right, most times things will go well. But sometimes you get somebody that start hating and they can't get out of the sensation of all that negativity. So
it's in the blood, man.
Okay,
hate is in the blood. Because I got.
You with your children's mother?
What?
You with your children's mother?
Yeah.
All your kids?
Hell no. Hell no.
Do you hate your children, your kids' mother?
I hate one of my kids' mother. No, I can't even say that. Hate's such a strong word. I don't hate her.
It's a horrible word.
I don't hate her.
Especially to say it, and then if your kid hear it, you know, it is.
I mean, listen, I'm gonna tell you something like this.
You can. I think you should have a personal feeling, especially if somebody did something to you or been a certain way to you or whatever.
I'm gonna tell you like this. I don't give a fuck whether they know I dislike them or I don't dislike them. You know what I'm saying? Because
you just got to be real about it.
It is what it is.
And I think that's a fair choice. Right?
And matter of fact,
because sometimes hiding it from them ain't good.
Here's the thing. In certain situations, listen, man, you gotta fight fire with fire, right? So like,
sometimes
I'll tell you one big mom's right. This is some hating shit right here. So when I had moved on, right, bitch put a nigga on child support. You know what I'm saying? That's hate. You know what I mean?
To the best of
so now, right. So now it's like now I gotta let it be known how much I don't like you, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Because there was no reason for you to do that. You know what I'm saying? I'm a great dad.
Yeah.
We all know this. You know what I'm saying? All the people that's in this room. You know how we take care of our kids and everything like that, right? So to do that shit to a nigga like me, it's like nah. Now I gotta show you and let everybody know I don't like you.
Yeah, it's such a better way of going.
So answer me this then.
Mature in that moment. You can't. There's no.
Nigga, the moment I'm still paying child support. Say ain't no in that moment. You know what I'm saying? I'm still paying this shit.
I understand the perpetuity of the. I understand the consequence and the perpetuity of what she did.
Okay.
But to get to your higher self, like those are certain understandings that you have to come to.
Nigga, I don't want to come to nothing. That is the hate in me now, right? I don't want to come to nothing.
It doesn't make sense.
You think hate can be healed?
Maybe if you try, but listen, man. I
you
get to that
don't give
point.
a shit, huh?
Nah, I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? Only way to heal this hate,
dude.
Nah, you wanna know how to heal this hate? Stop the payments. Stop the payments. Then the nigga won't be hating.
There's something almost always that can be done.
You don't think hate can be healed? I think so.
You know,
I'm gonna be dead.
A person simply has to change their mind.
Yeah, I mean,
period.
They just mature.
It's not nothing you can do about another person doing it. It's not nothing we as people. First of all,
it's called growing the fuck up.
Let me give y'all a good piece of advice, right?
We could be growing and hate niggas. I don't understand why.
It's none of your business what other people say, think, or feel. It's none of your business what other people say, think, or feel. So as long as we stay out of people's mindset, right? And just worry about the actions of what's actually happening. That's what we can discuss. I was just talking to somebody earlier. I don't want to describe people with adjectives, right? Because you'll always be able to say that's not true. Somebody else will play the semantic game, right? And reverse uno the words on me and all other kind of stuff. But you can't deny somebody's actions, what they actually did. If we saw somebody knock somebody out, you can't say he just gently touched him. right? And just lie like that when we all saw the action. But if I use an adjective and I say, man, that's a bad dude for doing that, somebody else can come along and say, he gave me 20 grand last week to help me with my kids' college. He ain't no bad dude to me, you know, I don't know what happened.
Volunteer.
Yeah. And then now we in a debate about if the person is actually a bad person because we saw what they did. So in the moment, like she's talking about, sometimes it kind of is what it is, but for longevity's sake, like we just gotta have more foresight of what, you know, is to come versus the moment, because that's not always as important as the future itself. Especially when it comes to hating.
I don't think hate can be healed. I think hate is permanent dislike. I think if you can actually say, you know what, I was younger, you didn't really hate them. I think you just didn't like it. You strongly disliked whatever that situation
Would you say that was because the person was a child at the time?
No.
Does that play a consideration
A
the
part of the
mindset
hate,
of a child
but you know,
who want to hate,
to
or
understand your hate, you gotta understand the root of your hate.
Right.
A lot of the time
Why you
when
hate
we hate a person, there is a part of us that can't forgive. There is a part of us that can't forgive ourselves for what we allowed to happen. So when you hate your baby mama, it's a small part of you that's mad because you was in a situation in the first place. Even though you got something wonderful out of it, there is still a small part of you
That's
that
what's wrong.
just can't let
There's a
go of
large
that.
part of me.
Okay, well then you're more open about that.
Yeah,
So there is a part of you
that's it.
that wish that didn't happen, and that is usually a part of how we can maintain hating somebody. And it's a waste of energy. You know what I'm saying?
A big waste of
Even if
energy.
you're not outwardly doing something
Right,
to
right.
that person,
Yeah.
it's a waste of your time to even give a fuck enough to say that is an
sitting there
emotion
stewing about
that you
it?
have for what?
It is.
Because it's
For
still happening.
what?
That's why.
You know.
See now, if somebody do something to you,
That matters
Right.
too now.
right? Somebody
it's
do
still
something to
getting
you and
triggered.
it goes
That's
off.
why I said it may not be.
It's not even a trigger. It's not even a trigger. It's still you get for any motherfucker, right? Let's use this analogy for anybody. Let's say you get wrongfully convicted and you end up doing like 30 years. Shout out to homeboy who just got out.
Hold on, that's a
You know what I'm
whole
saying?
different
No,
shit
no,
right
I'm
there.
saying.
Goddamn it.
Let them finish.
This is what I'm saying, right? Let's say you had to do a whole bunch of years and you were wrongly convicted. You are going to hate whoever got you, whoever just stepped on the stand and said, yo, you did this to me or whatever, knowing full well that you did not. There is no coming back from that. You know what I'm saying? And for every year that you had to do, right, there's no coming back from that. So if something is constantly still happening to you, you're going to continue. It's not even like something happened. It's not even like, yo, somebody walked up to you, boom, snuffed you, knocked you out, whatever the case may be. You wake up, you shake it off. All right, cool, you heal, you go about your business. But every day, let's say like if you got knocked out and now you got a severe stutter for getting knocked out, that's stuff that sticks with you all of the time. So once it sticks with you, there's no getting over it.
That
You know,
is a post-traumatic response. So it is compounded. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's hate, but you know what black men usually go to a doctor and figure out that he's got PTSD over being in a relationship. You know what I mean? Who's really going to sit down and figure that out and figure out that is contributing to the way that they this energy that they feel about a person that could be, not saying that you're not putting positive energy into other things in your life, but imagine if the not hating her could be put into something more positive to grow your family and move your family in a more positive direction. You know what I mean? So I don't think it's your season to maybe not hate her right now. Maybe after you finish with your payment.
see, listen, hate is
all
such a
that
strong
kind
word.
of
Let me
stuff.
tell you, I don't want to say hate because hate is a strong word.
Or
'Cause
even
spiritual.
dislike her. It's
Yeah, I
because
dislike
y'all are
both of them,
grandparents.
yeah.
Y'all
That's-
are grandparents together.
No, we not.
Right?
no,
Or y'all,
no, this is my second big mom.
y'all will be one day.
Hey, listen.
You will be
She
one
buy
day.
her gifts. I buy my
So-
gifts. You know what I'm saying?
And so you have
She had Christmas at her house. I had Christmas at
Y'all are
mine.
not grandparents because y'all have time.
You ain't doing
y'all
like
have
that.
time.
Shit, nigga, I'm doing it like that.
So the way to apply that to your
That
life
agreement
though
can
is
always change too.
What agreement?
Y'all can always come to an agreement where you know, if you guys got along better,
Let me tell you
y'all
something.
could come to an agreement at
Only
some
way
point
we
where
getting
the
along
courts could be out
is if
there.
the court say, "Hey, listen, my nigga, this child support stopped today." Not when he get older and then it stops. Like I time out. Nah, then we'll never be cool.
No matter
So
what
what if
happens,
she took you off? Then what?
you still got to apply
Then I'm
some
open
hard
to
work
discussion.
making it happen. Oh, you was terrible, man. You terrible.
Then I'm open to discussion. See what I'm saying?
Hey, yeah.
Go
Oh,
back to the negotiation.
still slim well, yo.
Hey, it take effort though to make these things go right. And
Yes, it does.
sometimes it take the discipline to be patient too.
See, now here's the thing, right?
But that's hard. It's hard to do it. You gotta know it's hard so you can be prepared to fight through the difficulties, the obstacles, and mental.
Yes.
Mental obstacles that'll happen in a moment. Like soon as you might look at your kid and you see the resemblance. And right away you go to you thought you were chilling. You thought you were chilling until how you feel,
You look just like your
somewhere you didn't even
mother.
Goddamn, man. Good God, you gonna get to him like that?
Listen, man, I don't know, do some shit that remind me of her. This nigga gotta get it.
It takes discipline. So sometimes you might find yourself saying, okay, I'm gonna be better about it. You might be good 2 or 3 times. And then one time it might be something that the kid do that reminds you.
Now here's the
You
right.
hate that motherfucker all over again.
You like that?
And you have wasted energy.
Now here's the thing, right?
I know it as a person who's going through it as well. You just gotta come to a point where you're like,
Is there nothing positive you can say about it? I mean, zero? You can't think of anything to reflect on that's
there was a
positive in
that the
nature?
baby came out of it.
Start where we know what the positive thing is, and then like make little.
We know what he was doing.
Outside of
We know what he was doing.
Make little sprouts out of it.
He was jamming in that joint.
Start with the
Yes,
kids
sir.
first. I mean, the kids should be the first thing, and then you can say, well, we have similar this in nature towards the kid, and because that you have to have a center. Like, so if you're not religious, right? Religious people will put God in the center of the two sides,
Right.
So if you just put a common theme that you both can unify behind, which should be the kid. Put that there in the center and then make everything about the kid. It'll stop being about the other person at all.
Not even about the other person. Everything's about because
The other person does things to stimulate the negativity.
Not even.
You don't think so?
Nah,
Or is it you? Or is it in like you blinking? Like
They
not just
actually
you,
got
but
actual friction between themselves.
Nah, you know friction.
Yeah.
I speak on my personal situation.
You can stand my
Nah,
ass.
it ain't no. Yeah. Okay, I can't stand a lot of these.
reasons
She
for
was
that?
going
What's the
through
reason?
something crazy. She was going through something crazy up here. Having a crazy.
He's saying it's still happening though.
No, I'm not saying it's still happening. I'm saying the child support is still happening.
What sent her to court?
You know what I'm saying? The child
There
support is
was
still
something
happening.
going on up here that she couldn't cope with.
Listen, man.
Whoever raised her didn't prepare her for the moment that a nigga was gonna say
That's
he didn't
very
want to
well
fuck
possible.
with you no more. You have to prepare your children for things like those.
Absolutely.
Are conversations that you have with your children
After
when they have their
children.
first
Yep.
heartbreak.
Absolutely.
You talk to them about that. You,
different type
It's
of
a different type of
you
heartbreak.
know what I'm saying? And it's different things, different
Absolutely.
stages that they're going to go through. Their understanding is even going to be different at different stages. So, you
That is
know,
100%
so
true.
your
Yeah.
parents have to prepare you for these moments. And when
Absolutely.
you are ill equipped for them, you crash out. And it's a lot. That's why it's a lot more crash out. Because there's a lot more ill-equipped parents out here raising children that's crashing out when the fuck they can't wouldn't have their way. I
We
just saw
see it all the
something where
time.
a young lady was murdered after she was murdered by her kid's father after he put a hit out on her and he put a hit out on her and her current boyfriend. The boyfriend got killed, right?
That's hate.
A few weeks later,
That's hate.
That's
she
high as
married him. She ends up marrying the dude that puts the hit out on her. Stays with him for 11 years and he kills her anyway. You know what I mean? People are
Ain't
ill
none about
equipped.
that makes sense.
They are
Oh,
I'm saying they're ill equipped for when somebody don't.
I get what you're saying.
with them.
I get what you're saying.
So he
I
put
get
a
exactly what
hit
you're
out on her. She didn't want to be with him, so she said, "Okay, well, I'm just going." It was stupid that she married him, but she was scared to death. She was
She
ill
moved too slow.
equipped. He was ill
She
equipped.
should have been trying to kill that nigga first. You know what I'm saying?
These
Like,
were two people who just didn't know what they was doing though out here, and their parents probably didn't know what they was doing out
she should have
here.
been trying
But-
to kill
Their
first.
parents probably didn't
But
know what
babe,
they was doing out here. It's just
Babe, you look, you you can prepare people for a lot of things, right? You can give them all kind of ammunition to use in the future when they need it.
Mhm.
The truth is, the main factor to consider is, will they utilize that in the moment, right? Or will they revert to something else that they
There are people out here
kind of just
doing
know
it.
to
There are
do,
people
you
out
know?
here doing it.
So
Yeah.
but giving people what they need, you know, for future moments if it happen, is still important. I think you should work hard on making sure that person is also the kind of person who's resilient to things when it come up.
That's
Like
a
we
part of it.
told the
That's all a part
kids,
of it.
we curse around you, and you know, but other parents might not curse around their children. They have their reasons for not doing so, like we have reasons for doing so that you don't even know. That's why we doing that. We do certain things, and you'll be prepared for it in a moment. Like when you go to middle school for the first time, and you now hearing kids using curse words. You're not gonna be the type of kids in there looking green like, oh my God. And there was a reason for that, but we didn't have to educate you on that. You were just getting it instilled in you for real, and you're really like that. So the things you do, you're like that not because of what we said to you and what facilitation and platforms we put you on. You chose to be like that. They don't go to school and fuck with y'all kids. They ain't gonna do that. We don't teach them to do that. And more important, they choose not to do that, right? So you gotta get these people to just have the best understanding they can,
stern, man.
along with, you know, that mental education that we always try to provide to somebody, because we want our kids to know, you know, yeah, it's some scary shit out here, but this is how you deal with it though.
Shit, everybody don't teach that.
And you don't have to be afraid of scary things.
So everybody ain't gonna get it.
Yeah, they're just scary things.
Everybody
That's what I'm saying. It's not an absolute thing, right? But just like when you teach somebody how to fight, they may never use the fighting in real life.
Shit.
But they're prepared at any time it do go down if they did not have fighting skills.
Right.
You know, so that's what I'm saying.
The small difference with that is like fighting, you know, we practice that. You know what I'm saying? So I guess anything that you got to be able to prepare to use, you have to practice it.
I
so
mean,
now how are you putting into practice what is it?
I can go to a gun range and I can learn how to shoot, right? And I can get real good at it. And then I feel like I'm good enough, I don't really need to use it like that. But I'm prepared to use it in
at
a
the gun
moment.
range. You're prepared to use it at the gun range.
No, I'm saying
you have to practice now.
Get out there.
You gotta
Bullets coming back at your ass.
Exactly.
I may have done other
ball
things to make me be the kind of person who's prepared to use it in the moment. And I'm saying that's just as important as actually going to practice what you're doing. You got to be the kind of person that's ready to use it. A person might get trained how to fight, but they might actually be scared to fight when it comes down to it, because they wasn't trained to be the kind of person. And I'm saying sometimes making somebody that kind of person means injecting a little sub-cruelty in their life. Might mean like putting them in situations to see how you would react to it, so I can talk to you about why you did or what you did in a way that give you the best type of understanding. And you gotta do that to these people when they're young, because they can't get up and be out here with wolves like me and you thinking shit sweet. Cause
You're not a wolf, brother.
Here we go.
All right,
Here we
wolf.
go. Tell them what you
are.
I'm a lamb, brother.
Tell them.
Wow.
I'm a lamb.
So you definitely gonna have to cut
Hey.
some of that stuff from that you were saying.
That one there, boy.
Yeah.
Top of the mountain. Top of the mountain,
You
man.
know what I'm saying? Not a wolf. All right.
Top of the mountain, man.
The lamb.
We all know what I'm talking about.
Crazy.
You all know what I'm talking about. You gotta be prepared to be the right type of person in the right moments. I wouldn't be the kind of husband I am if I didn't prepare my mindset to be the kind of person that is required to be in the kind of relationship we have.
So where you learn that from though?
Well, I had a good center to grow off of. I had very good parents, grandparents, aunts, uncles, pillars of community, priests, deacons, nuns.
There's a difference.
You know, it makes a great difference.
There's
you
a
know,
difference.
Because then you kind of
So basically, what you're saying is you grew up loved.
I did, yeah, very.
And now you got to look at the other half too. You got the one that grew up on survival,
Mm-hmm.
and they don't mesh well. Because the
Well,
survival
that's
individual.
exactly the situation that we're
Yeah, we had to jail that in a way,
Oh,
you know.
excuse me.
is
I'm
exactly
sorry.
the
Oh,
situation.
shit.
You
that
the
we're
survival?
in.
You
Yes.
grew up off of survival?
Yes.
Oh
Yeah.
shit, my bad.
So we but the thing is we were not I was 33. So I had already had some life and some learning experiences. So he didn't like catch me in a crazy he caught me in a semi crazy space. You know,
Oh, so you was already coming out of the crazy.
You still
All
crazy?
right, it came out of the
I don't think it's something that ever really goes away completely because it can be triggered at any time. You know what I mean? So and the same with him. The same with anybody who who been chilling for a minute and ain't snapped. You know,
It's just dormant.
ain't wild out. It's
Because
because
she's certainly not by herself in the crazy.
right.
Oh,
So-
you crazy
I
too?
was in the Marine Corps.
So we, that's what I'm saying. Most people got PTSD and don't understand or know what to even start at that understand they have it. You know.
You get
So,
PTSD in your
I have,
neighborhood.
and because I was in the healthcare field, I was able to even start recognizing some stuff in myself as I went through my career. So I understood where I was when I met him. You know what I mean? So,
Understood.
when you have that situation, you have to, that it had that, like he said, discipline is there. You have to really just want to be in a certain place to avoid the consequences of where you've been. You know what I mean? So it's just certain consequences that I don't want out here
Right.
in the world when it comes to
Facts.
my relationships with the people who I'm forced to have relationships with, and that's not just like my kids' fathers. It's people I work with, because there are people who I work with that I might not chill with. You know what I mean? So it's just there are parts of you that you gotta not even care about how they are,
Be indifferent
so that
to it.
you can flow in that area the way you need to. You know what I mean? Go make your money so that you can bring that home, so that you can take care of your kids. So it's something that I think it starts to happen when you're in a more settled. You have to want to be in a settled mind state.
All
You
right,
gotta get to a comfortable place.
you guys are in a comfortable place right now, right?
Yeah, I'm saying, she's saying we had
As
to
a
be,
person,
we had to both
individual,
be,
Even
we had to both be,
individual,
separate
you
from
have
each
to
other. We had
want
to
to
be.
do
But no, I'm not talking
comfortable.
about as a couple. I'm just you separately.
Oh, yeah,
You guys are
yeah.
in comfortable places right now.
Yeah,
Right?
of course.
All right. So now we started it off with hating, right?
Yeah,
So
hating.
now y'all in a comfortable place. What would come in and fuck up that comfortable
A
place?
Karen?
Huh?
A Karen?
No, a Karen would fuck it
Yeah.
up for you?
I mean, somebody with a different level of hate.
Right. But that's what I'm saying.
For
That's
no
what I'm saying, right?
no apparent reason at all, other than maybe my dreads,
Right.
maybe my skin color, right? Maybe my height, could be what I'm wearing. The fact that I'm a business owner, you not. I don't know what it could be, right? But all we doing is having a cookout out here. You want to come kick my shit over?
Right. What could get you?
That could be disturbing.
Right. What you kind of quiet tonight? What could get you in the unsettled mood?
I want to use something real, like relatable, something real life.
Shit, well, tell us what happened. Give us a story.
Tell them about your haters, Slim. Tell them about your haters.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No, I don't want to give y'all a story. I want to give you the
we
example.
want a
of-
story. We want a story.
examples
Whole
of-
story.
The whole story.
Honestly, I'm not one of the ones that get like, you can't get me riled up super fast. It take time.
I bet you I could get you riled up.
No.
There you go. There you go.
Control.
Yeah, I know, right?
Say he trolling.
But I don't like,
That's hating too. We'll get to that.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's funny.
is.
Like, it's hating. It's entertaining, but it's.
But it's hate, right?
I don't really like when somebody is in competition with me, because I feel like I'm not. I can be competitive, but I don't come to the table or anything being competitive. But when I notice that you're consistently being competitive with me, I don't like that. I think eventually you know what I'm saying, that's gonna kind of get me to a point where I'm like, I gotta address you. You starting to piss me off. But
You mean like at the job?
anyway,
Is it
I had
Excited.
I had a friend with somebody, and I loved this person to death. Like I loved her down. But I started noticing that she was doing subtle things to compete with me, and I didn't understand why. Because I'm like, if you my friend, or you my family, or you somebody I care about, I would give endlessly. Like I would give you anything. I would be there for you, whatever. I love this girl down. So when I had to cut her off, it hurt me. Like I broke up with somebody. But I started noticing that we going somewhere, and we go out and we looking for clothes, and she little, but she's standing all over top of me trying to see like what I'm wearing because she done already got her clothes.
Yeah.
I don't have mine. She trying to make sure that I don't upstage her, and so I'm like, okay, let me go to another rack because clearly there's something over here that she want to see, and I'm in her way. She little. Get to another rack. I turn around. Here she go again, standing over top of me, all in my arms, trying to see. And I'm noticing that when we get to the event, and it's 2 different events that I took her to, she did the same thing. She's in competition with me, and so I'm like, okay, I gotta
Oh,
chop
that
her.
wasn't competition. That was hating.
I gotta chop her.
I would say it's admiration.
I know this nigga was coming with some positive shit, man.
I
You know what I'm
know.
saying?
Trying to
I
clean
know.
up and
Hey,
shit, right?
Now, let me tell you if it's admiration.
That shit was
Admiration
clearly
would be
hate.
if she would be like, damn, that would look good on you. That would be admiration in my opinion.
I think she had every right to feel like she was in competition with him. I'm also saying there's always another way to look at it too.
Big up.
You could have chose to look at it like, oh, little baby really dig my style. You know, let me. You notice she digging your style.
Sizes, we in 2 different styles.
Well, you could have asked her like, hey,
I got something that's gonna get all of this.
Go ahead.
Let me hear
I
you.
invited her to 2 different events, and I saw her in competition with me for those very same events that we went shopping for. So if it was admiration, you would give me that, but you wouldn't give me competition.
She never
But
said
when we
it.
get to where we're going, now I see that you really in comp. That's what it was the whole time.
So you didn't have
Big
no
up.
evidence that she was in
Oh,
and I didn't say anything to her at that time.
Yeah.
if it was genuine, she would have said.
She was like, sis,
Right.
She
hey,
would have
what
like,
you
look,
doing?
we doing it.
I think
Exactly.
I think
Exactly.
for you to keep your peace though, for you to not feel the negativity of the situation.
Shit. Man, the hell with that.
I think you could have chosen to just think another way for the time being because maybe it was like that. Maybe it wasn't. But was there really a need to ostracize her from your life or dismiss her from your life?
Yes.
K-ass,
If
man.
there's been 2 different events I took her to, and both events she was in competition with me, she got to go.
See, now here's the thing. For
K-ass,
me,
man.
Y'all women don't
Shit.
really play
No,
that.
man.
Y'all don't want to give
Right,
people
that-
a lot of
No,
chances.
you trying to give them the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, you don't want to give people the benefit.
But
You don't
like,
want to
no,
give
ain't
people
none of
the
that
benefit.
shit, Joe.
Now,
Nope,
there's
come on out of
2
there.
separate events
Go on,
that
man.
I'm giving you. Now I saw it the first time. Now I'm seeing it again. There's no point in me keeping you around.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Now, here's the
So
thing.
you gonna give
right?
it 3 strikes?
No.
No,
Three?
it's 2 strikes.
Oh.
Because
you a
that
wholesome
3 strikes is
Go
too much.
ahead, Chuck.
That's the thing. And the events were like 4 months apart.
Right,
I
That
didn't
was
say
never
anything.
gonna fight all night, boy.
I ain't say nothing at the first event.
3?
I just let it
Shit,
ride.
no.
I had my
Uh-uh.
suspicions.
She did good with the 2. I don't know shit. That first one, I'd have been like, shit.
So how did you end?
Go ahead, Slow.
How did you end the friendship? How did that end?
I get away from you.
Y'all just
Stop talking.
Oh,
she
she
cold-blooded
cold-blooded,
too.
I
Oh,
don't
she
gotta do all that.
cold
We just stop
blooded.
talking.
Okay, I'm just glad a fight or something like
Yeah.
that didn't happen, and it was just.
I didn't
You
say
ain't put your
nothing.
hands there.
I didn't say nothing to her the first time. These were my suspicions, and it was confirmed the second time around. Like, oh, okay, this is what it is. But I noticed a lot of females. I don't hang with a lot of females. I'm a loner. I notice a lot of females when they get around me, they friendly, and then after they start seeing how I move, then I start noticing, the competition. Now, it is a difference between competition and admiration. because you admire somebody, you're gonna say,
You'll say something.
I
Someone
like
knows.
the way you do this.
Yeah.
Like I want to be, you know what I'm saying?
Like you.
Like,
I
or
That's
I
the
want
type
to
of
be
dude
better.
I
You know
am.
what I'm saying? I like how you
If
style
you
your
doing
clothes.
something that I like, I'm like, yo, bro.
Yeah, you do
That's
say,
just like,
you know,
Right.
use affirming language.
I get that. I get
Right.
that. I get
But
that.
the other stuff, like, you know, the little snap
Kinda being
remarks,
sneaky
and,
about it.
yeah,
And
See, now,
texting other people.
For me, that's what I was gonna say, right? If the competition is sneaky, right? Then it's like, yeah, I don't necessarily
Hey.
like that. But even if it's sneaky, if I catch on that, you know what I'm saying, that we in competition, now we gotta make it a competition. You know what I'm saying? Because and I'm gonna win. You know what I mean? I'm gonna make sure if you say if
So
we
you
go
wanna
to an
stay
event, right? You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna fuck it. You know what I'm saying?
I
Like,
got to have
if
you.
a nigga, if we was in the same situation, if I was in that situation. And the niggas like clocking my shit and everything like that, I'm gonna be like, yo, it don't even matter what nigga, you can wear the same
But
outfit. You
that's
still
the-
ain't gonna look as
That's
good as
the
me in that shit. You
competition
know what
with
I'm
your
saying?
clothes. Now you might see the girl you.
Hey,
with
listen,
something
and it
say,
happens.
I want that too. Let
and
me
guess
see if
what?
I can get that like you got.
Yes, and this is what you do.
Just like they might happen to them.
And you gotta
I see
win.
the kind of man you got. Let me see if
You
I can
gotta
get it too.
win.
Like,
That's what it
yeah,
is.
maybe.
Because no matter what, because niggas gonna hate. Like you said, you gotta make a hater. Sometimes you gotta make niggas earn that hate. You know what I'm saying? Like, all right, no matter what, motherfuckers gonna hate. Then it's like, yeah, you gotta make them earn that shit. You know what I'm saying? Right. So it's like, oh, you hate me because of this? Then it's like, all right, cool. Now I gotta show you, like, you know what I mean? So if you want to be in competition with me, I'm trying to win. You know what I'm saying? Then you could bow out, or I could lose. It's one or the other. You know what I'm saying? But I'm trying to win. If you think you're gonna be fresher than me, then it's like, ooh, you know what I'm saying? I gotta pull some shit out. You know what I mean? I might even went shopping just so you can see what you think that I'm gonna buy, and then when it came out with some other shit that you didn't even see in the stores, we out there. You know what I'm saying?
Now, I didn't say, I did not say.
It's never too much. It's never too much when you're dealing with a hater.
Never
You
too
know what
much.
I'm saying?
Never too much. Never too much.
Never too
I'm
much.
pretty sure I did. I did not say at any time that I backed down from any
Now I didn't say that you back down. I didn't say you back down.
because when I do peep that you're in competition
Yeah,
with
you was
me,
peeping
I
while
am
it was
gonna
happening.
listen.
Yeah.
I'm gonna shut you down. I'm gonna
That's
shut
how.
you
That's how
down.
I gotta be.
I don't care what it is. I'm gonna shut you down, but I'm gonna be nice about it, and I'm still gonna get away from you.
I ain't even gonna be nice about it. I'm gonna be like, oh, nigga, you thought you was doing something?
No, I'm gonna be nice about
But
it.
that, I think
Like,
dudes,
damn, nigga.
I think dudes can more safely talk to each other like that.
You right,
know,
you right.
girls getting the emotions about it, and it might end up into something reckless. You know what I'm saying? But we can kind of look at each other and be like, man, fuck you. Nah, fuck you.
And
All right, I'm gonna holler at you tomorrow.
Right.
You know, and it really be like that.
I don't know why though, because when I see females who are doing their thing or who dress well or whatever, I give them props. I never go into a situation and become competitive with another female.
Yeah.
But I often notice that's a thing with me.
Everybody ain't built to congratulate other people.
Oh, it's hard. It's hard. It's hard.
Everybody's not built for that.
It's funny. It's funny because
Yeah, what
motherfuckers say that
Nick
shit about New York
Shaq said?
niggas, huh?
Nigga Shaq Lizzie said that shit. He said take a real nigga to say congratulations.
Right.
Shit, like man, like you said, everybody ain't built to be able to say that type of shit. Oh, yeah.
I know, like
Hey, girl, you look
You
good.
Not
can't
without
even give-
feeling
Yeah.
hate.
You know what I mean?
Not without
What
feeling
you saying? Hate.
It's real shit. I mean, at the end of the day, it does come down to that. You know, if you hate, you hate. But you shouldn't, because you could just go ask the man. Now
you know-
how you make the money to get that
Oh,
car
listen.
that you got right there.
Because
How
here
did, how
comes-
did you?
Now the answer is what's gonna either put that flame out or douse gasoline on it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like giving New Yorkers compliments. You know what I'm saying? If you be like, yo, son, your Tim's is butter. You know what I'm saying? And they can be like, yeah, I know you butter. Get on my dick, nigga. Boom. You know how y'all make you feel? You after you just try to give this nigga a compliment.
Some New
You
York
know what I'm
shit
saying?
right
You be
there.
like, yo,
Nigga, what?
that's the type of shit that'll make you start hating even more. You know what I'm saying? So
That would
It's
just
hard.
that would just be unfortunate.
Nigga, that ain't no hating. That's just
I ain't gonna
fight
stop.
right there, like.
I
You say
then shouldn't become an asshole because I met an asshole. He shouldn't dictate my behavior because that's what matters, right? It ain't about what somebody else stimulate out of me.
Right.
Is it? Am I really a good guy or not?
and you always talking this good guy stuff, man. Listen,
You gotta. Somebody gotta
Sometimes-
do it, man, because it's
listen.
so easy to fall victim
So he
to
walks out
this
his door.
negativity out.
like, well, that's another thing too. Sometimes you gotta be in certain shit. You know what I'm saying? To understand, right?
I ain't
I'm not
mad
saying,
at him,
not saying that I'm always in negative shit. You know what I'm saying?
I
But
ain't mad
I've been
at
in
him.
negative shit to where it's like, hey, I understand. Sometimes nigga punch me in my face. I'm not praying for him. You understand what I'm saying? It's not gonna go down like that. It's gonna be like, yo, I got a motherfucker try to knock this nigga out. You know what I'm
So
saying?
you couldn't be like the dude who the police officer killed his brother, and then he went and gave her a hug in court.
Hell
Yeah.
fucking no, man. Hell no. If I got close to her to hug her,
Y'all
man,
know
that would have
what
been
I'm
like a chokehold that I was
Yeah,
trying to
y'all
do
know
that
what
bitch
I'm
with, man.
into the wrong
Right.
apartment.
You
and
cannot,
shot
you
that
not,
nigga.
you cannot do that. You know you can't do that.
Can't do what?
You put a chokehold on somebody.
You crazy.
You got their license and shit.
Listen, man. Ain't no way. That can never happen.
You don't get
That
a
can
nigga
never
work in
happen.
court.
Yeah, I can't be that person.
You
You know what
going
I'm
to
saying?
jail.
I can't be that person. I can't be that person. Do
I mean, I
something
feel you
like
though.
that.
I ain't that nigga.
But what kind of person is he when he actually does that, right?
I'm not in his shoes, so I can't say what type of person he is.
Right,
you know
but
what I'm
I'm
saying?
saying he's really who he is. That's what I'm saying. He proved to the world, I'm really a good guy.
Right.
I'm able to love this woman through this incident where she took something from me.
Right.
And it mattered more that I showed the world, you know, this is how we can act about these things versus just wanting to, you know, because he could have been the kind of person on TV telling something, we're going to strap up.
Right.
We gonna kill all the cops in this city. Y'all might as well stay home tonight.
Now
But
listen
he,
to what
in
you
that
just
moment,
said.
I was
That
just
makes
saying,
sense.
in that moment, he did something that was uniquely qualifying to decency. And for just a moment, in that moment, there was people hating on that love he was expressing just because that's not the choice they would have made.
Right.
But there was more people that was brought to their knees and tears watching that, which means more than, you know, that outward thinking that have you ready to do something that won't mean anything. But what he did meant a lot. So if we can get people to that place, which is a hard place to get to, right? That's what makes it worth it when you actually do it, because you got through those difficulties and challenges in your spirit to be the kind of person that will, in that moment, love somebody that I know he must have loved his brother. He didn't do that because he hated his brother. Like, I appreciate you killing my brother. He did that to say, regardless of that loss, I can love you through this and hope you make it out of your demons to not be the kind of person that'll just walk in an apartment and blow somebody away because you thought it was yours.
Wow, that's
From the fact she was drinking.
right.
And smoking weed.
Yeah.
Did she test positive?
Well, I guess he was smoking weed. He was the one smoking weed in the apartment. I don't know if she was high. But she was drunk because she had just came from a bar.
She admitted to smoking though.
Yeah, but she had just came from a bar, right? Mm-hmm. So she was drinking. So as an officer, you drunk driving. Now you done came home drunk and shot somebody drunk.
Right.
So these the demons he probably considering you need to get past, not just going serving your time.
She the one that gotta live with.
Yeah, but let us in this moment, right? The protagonist and the antagonist. Let us give the world a pearl of understanding that's better than a lot of the other stuff we got, because we know we get plenty of
so if that's
blow
your
away
child,
type of shit, right?
If that's your child, do you have hatred for that person?
Me personally, I'd have to work harder to be that kind of person, but I want to be that kind of person. I don't think in that moment in a courtroom, right? Remembering my loss, remembering the pain and all that surfacing. I don't know if I'm that kind of person in that moment, right? But at least I know that I would like to be, and I could recognize why that's more important than being somebody who just filled with rage and hate.
Okay, so answer me this. You see the Emmett Till statue they just put
Oh,
up?
I saw that. That was dope.
So it's super dope, right?
Yeah.
So super cool. Now, can you imagine being his mama?
That's the kind.
So you ain't
And
gonna
look-
hate that white woman that laughed
And
at
look,
her
but
boy?
look what she did though with that.
And she was still alive for real.
Yeah,
She might be she might be still alive right now. But
When she allowed that casket to be open, right?
yeah,
She
wanted
could
the
have
world to
just
see what they did to her son.
personally, she could have been self-centered about it. she could have just made that a personal thing to her.
They made that boy
and then
face
kept
to a
it closed
pancake, man.
because of how obviously he looked. But she had to, in her mind, and she let it be known to the world. This is what
answer
you
the question
all
as far as
do
the hatred.
with
We're talking
your
about
hatred.
right? Answer the question as far as hatred. How would you feel if you was his dad or his mom?
Yeah, I couldn't look at him like that and not feel the worst for the people.
And that woman, she walking around and knowing that little boy ain't really do nothing to her.
Yeah. But we were talking about this earlier, right? It's okay to keep all your whatever you feel in your head, right? I can feel whatever I want. You'll never know I even feel, but I can just be indifferent to it altogether. But I can keep it up here because I know I just want to keep it up here. But if I ever was to act on it in a way, like to give a press conference and say bad things about the people, or to write a letter, right, or a book and say all these bad things about the people, I can still realize the greater good would be served if I kept it all to myself versus me expressing any type of actions about it. And I think that's, it's the mature thing to do. It's the responsible thing to do to community and service to the community. So I'm a man of service. I served in the Marine Corps.
That's what made his mother so dope. Because she didn't even try to because if that would have been me.
But these people, see, our predecessors give us the examples we need,
I'm
right?
not there yet. I would be probably spazzed out.
Yeah.
That would take me all the way back to wherever.
All of the people that bled and lost their lives for us, it matters what Malcolm X did for us. It matters what Martin did for us. It matters about Dick Gregory and all those people, championing the kind of civil society that we should all
already civil. We want the ones that need civilizing like them.
All I'm saying is we come from a long lineage of people who have been expressive about the indignity that's been done to us as a people, right? And that it took a lot of patience and understanding through over 200 years of these efforts to get them underway. Yeah, but incrementally. Steadfast, even though the can was being kicked down the road, because the challenge of getting somebody to, think better than they do should have never been the goal. It always should have been about putting the right stuff in place that keep people with poor thinking from executing their poor actions on any of us, whether we be white, black, or otherwise. It could just be a person who with a bad attitude today. They just don't want to give nobody a loan at the bank. You don't care what they look like. But if there's something there that keeps him from doing that, meaning he got to stick to a certain script. And if the requirements are met on that script, don't matter what you personally think about that, you're going to have to get that money up. So that's how you keep those, you curb those enthusiasms, from taking action on unsuspecting people.
Hate. Leads back to hate. Leads back to the first word you said.
Right.
That's nice, but I'm sorry. You take my child out of here, you going with him.
I got to hate you. Yeah. I got to hate you. I don't mind going in
let's
and if somebody chooses to do that, I'm not saying that's wrong.
Right.
Because whoever the perpetrator is, they have to live with whatever the consequence that comes from doing whatever they did. So that's not for me to decide that. I'm just saying that we know if we all can have the best thinking possible, even in times of adversity, then we know that, those are the best things to do. Will that be the actual action that happens? I don't know. But it doesn't mean that we shouldn't pursue being the best possible version of ourselves at any time, because I might go get redemption on these people that did what they did. Now I have taken myself from my other children that are still in need of me.
That's true.
I'm pretty sure they'll understand, though.
They're going to understand.
Maybe, but that's not the best thing for my family. I would have uprooted my family doing
You're
that.
leaving your children too, right?
I can't provide for them in that jail or that prison.
You got a parent that's a drug addict. The other parent don't want to deal with them. who are you leaving your
Now
children
you're right.
to as
Okay,
well? You know, so
I got a potential for a new dude to come into the picture because I'm not in the picture no more.
But see, hold on.
The potential for
you spoke on the banks. Man, what we say? Say hate, right?
Right.
Go on the bank, can't get red at all. You know how hard it is for a black man in particular to get a small business on?
I've been through these. And
there you go. So you know.
I know what it's about.
Yeah.
But
that's what
I'm saying. You got to put the systems in place.
That's what this is.
So let's say something like there's certain terms we have, right, that we're supposed to be championing, like DEI, Black Lives Matter, you know, other things that come along where we express something and then they get manipulated into something else, right?
So they get manipulated into something else by us, though. So let's
they
say
convince us that thing that we supposed to like is a bad thing, actually, right?
Nah,
so
you gotta explain that.
All right, so for example, Black Lives Matter, right?
Right.
That came out because of Colin Kaepernick point blank period, right?
Now, not just because of Colin Kaepernick.
Well, I'm saying that's what started it.
That's not only what started it.
His action was so monumental that the president of the United States at the time commented on it in a negative way because he dismissed why Colin Kaepernick did it.
Right.
They said what it was about. It was disrespect to the flag. It was disrespect to the anthem. It was disrespect to the country.
That was a part of it, but that was
I'm just saying this is the narrative being drawn by people not named Colin Kaepernick, right? Colin Kaepernick know why he did it. He said why he did it. Yet other people manipulated it into being something else. That's just the truth. You got DEI. Diversity, equity, and inclusion. Which one of these words is a negative affirming thing? They are all positive affirming things. So when you get people to paint the picture that it's not even DEI, what it is code word black, marginalized people, midget, sub, other people, all that, right? That's the crazy shit about it. And
shit's horrible.
We are the ones who kind of fall victim to the misinformation about it because we forget in the first place why these things existed. Histories of people being denied the right to work in certain places because they are a marginalized person. That's histories of people not getting what they need out of housing and all other kind of issues because we don't want niggas in this neighborhood or stuff like that. I'm just saying this. So now you have to come up with systems that kept people in place, meaning when we fill out forms, you fill out certain information on it, and if all requirements are met, you just give the people their shit. They can't undo that unless they forge the information. That's the only way they can still do it. But a person with poor thinking who say, you know, I know Mr. Hip Hop here don't need to be in Westgate Minister, you know, over here because that don't fit the mold of the look that these people currently have. So then they'll be coming to me as a, you know. Let me
ask you a question, right? I'm glad we getting into this, you know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers might look at me like the sellout nigga. What's going on?
Get to the juice.
So what the fuck is the problem with that, though? You know what I'm saying? And I never understood this. If let's say if white people got a neighborhood, right? Yeah. All white or whatever the case may be, and they don't want no blacks in there, right? What the fuck is the problem? You know what I'm saying?
If there's a person...
Because it's a private place, I don't think it's anything wrong with it.
Because here's the thing. I think our problem is the fact that we don't think the same way. We have all black neighborhoods, right? And then we'll allow anybody to come move into the neighborhood.
That's the type of people we are.
But that's what the problem is. The problem is not them not liking us. The problem is us accepting everybody else. It's not, everybody's gonna, matter of fact, the problem is not just them not liking us and us accepting everybody else. The problem is us not liking us either. You understand what I'm saying? Because at least they, and I'm not speaking, you know what I'm saying, like I'm bragging about them, but the white people, they fuck with the white people. Mexicans fuck with the Mexicans. Chinese fuck with the Chinese, right? All these groups of people fuck with each other, right? And they don't like us. We don't fuck with us. You know what I'm saying? And then we don't fuck with them. let me put this right. They don't like us, right? And we don't like us. Basically, is what I'm trying to say.
Well,
So how are we
essentially-
supposed to win?
Well, we
Essentially,
accept
it's
others.
So,
We always accept the others,
so
right?
why? So
Always.
Because here's the thing, right? Here's
we
the thing.
don't have any stake in anything.
You know why we don't have a stake in it? Because
So,
we.
like, the neighborhood-
Here's the reason why we don't have no stake in what's called, right?
We was
Here's the-
already
here's the thing.
here. That's the craziest
Here's the
part.
thing with that, right?
That's the wildest shit.
You have in every hood, you got the liquor store,
Yes.
you got the Chinese food place,
Yes.
right?
yeah.
Food that's
And, right? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm
Always.
saying? You got all this bullshit, right?
Always got
That's
the
right,
Chinese
all these
store.
places, right?
Smoke
Yeah.
shop.
Not in one of these neighborhoods are you gonna have a black man be able to open up no soul food restaurant. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of, and they don't even eat fucking soul food. They don't even eat our shit. They don't fuck with none of
all
our
them
shit.
shits up in the,
The
most
only
random
thing that
spots and
motherfuckers
shit,
fuck
like,
with that's ours, that's not even ours no more, was hip hop, right? They came in, we allowed them to come in, and then they came in and changed the shit into where it's like we can't even do hip hop the way that we should be doing it no more. So I can't go for like, yo, the DEI. That's not the issue. The issue is the fact that we don't know how to work with we over here.
I'm
You know?
talking about the manipulation of why these things exist in the first
Not
place.
even with the manipulation, why they
Yo.
exist. Here's the reason why I got manipulated, right? The Black Lives Matter, that girl, her brother, all type of shit like that. All of this money they raised, not near. Well, I'm not gonna say not near, because some money went into the movement, but more money went into their pockets, to their own pockets.
Yeah.
That's so it's not nobody else
But
manipulating it. That's us doing that shit.
without you. But again, here's the thing: without you thinking about the organization of it, right? Because those are people doing.
Well, here's the
doing
thing.
things.
I understand that.
I'm talking about the nature of police officers killing black people at a high rate,
Right.
which is why he took a knee to represent that issue. It got so far away from the issue of police officers killing black people at a high rate, it was ridiculous. There's other things we missed
Let me
too.
say something.
When COVID came out, we all missed because we was hating on a vaccine. We all missed the fact that it was a black woman who came up with the vaccine to save billions of people around the world. We can't even champion that because we so busy toting,
Sure about that.
you know, hey, whether it's
Sure
true
about that.
or not, whether, you know, if the vaccine is a good thing or not, right? I'm saying there was somebody we can relate to that was smart enough because they always told us we're not intelligent. We're only 3/5 of a human being. Yet we
That's what
keep
they say.
being the ones that come up with the extraordinary things. Y'all seen Hidden Figures?
Yeah.
Right? You know, the lady that at the math,
The
the
computer.
computer at NASA, whatever, right?
Yeah,
And there's a whole
yeah,
bunch
yeah.
of black
Ain't
women
even go
down
out
there.
straight.
Now, even
You
with
know,
that being,
it-
even in that,
That's
right?
just dumb,
Even
man.
in that, even with the what you call it, right? We keep doing for everybody else. Hidden Figures, right? This is what I took from the movie. They needed them 3 black women to make the shit happen, right? But look how they made it to where how they treated them throughout the entire movie. If I was
Like
anyone,
shit.
right? If I was anyone of them black women, I'd be like, fuck it, let's figure it out. You know what I'm saying? We out. Let's go over here with the other blacks and let's form our own NASA, man. You know what I'm
They
saying?
ain't had that kind of power back then.
Yeah,
bro.
Well, listen, and you know the reason why we had that type of power? Because we
Yeah,
kept trying to
power
be
back then,
included in everybody else's stuff. That's the reason why we didn't have no that type of power.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's the only reason.
Because that goddamn woman, she was brilliant.
But you figure it out.
She was brilliant.
Let me tell you something.
So
You
if
figure
we
it out.
are prevented from congregating in large numbers, then we are not able to pull
Yeah, they
together.
keep
whenever we
doing
pull
things to
together
keep us
in
from
large
each
numbers,
other to form these things.
Man, let me tell you something. Again, I hear what y'all saying, but again, it is us, right?
Yeah.
You have let's take what's one of the worst gang cities, whatever. Doesn't matter. Somewhere in California, right? Not right. Niggas is killing niggas. You know what I'm saying? Left and right over there, right? When something happened to George Zimmerman, no, none of these killing niggas. I'm not talking about regular niggas. None of these killing niggas say, "All right,
From
man,
Florida.
yeah, from wherever, from Florida, right?" Say, "All right, man,
That's
we
what
about
happened.
to go get this motherfucker." Nowhere. Anytime something happens to us by somebody else, none of these gangster niggas come together like, "Yo, we got the guns. We about to go
Because
take it to them."
they're not about that.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
They're
So
not
it's not
about
nobody
that.
else. That's us.
Hold on,
Yeah,
That's us.
Hold on, hang tight. Joe
We
Zimmerman,
have never
that
been.
nigga daddy a whole judge.
We have
my nigga.
all of us are
Yeah.
individual leaders,
It's
right?
different, man.
So we've never been as individual leaders, a bunch of them, right? Wanting to unify in a bunch of different ways because I don't think that's the nature of who we are in our essence.
No,
So
that is,
we
that's
create
the
a bunch of
actual
businesses.
essence of who
We
we
create
are.
a bunch of businesses as black people,
we-
and then
we
don't
just
support
don't do
black
it.
business because it's like we see each other as competition.
You said we want to support
more than we do see them as somebody to support.
Okay, and then who's that? That's us. That's not
Real
nobody
talk.
else's fault. That's
Man,
us.
all-
That's
yeah,
us doing that
and
to
you right.
us.
That's what
Everything
right
right
now
now is black
But there's so much
business.
shit.
I'm on your side.
Here's the thing with the
All black
DEI
businesses.
and all
Yeah,
that
but
other
we don't
crazy
support
shit.
each other like we should.
Jacket and everything.
You know why?
They got
You know why they
all
gotta
black
put things
businesses.
like that in place? You know what I'm saying? So
Sure
that the one
do.
can make it. Because we don't produce enough, right? You know what we produce? Fucking NFL players. We produce basketball players. We produce rappers and actors. You know what
Because
I'm
we're
saying?
great.
When you,
we'll go. See
yeah,
those
we're great at
people.
anything. So same way we could be
Everything-
great at
everything
basketball,
we do.
same way we could be great at medicine, science, or what's going. We can be great at
But
anything. But
you'll-
all we do
You'll
is
never go to Feather and Fin more than
We
KFC.
are great at all of that.
You'll never go to Feather and Fin more than KFC.
No, you're absolutely right.
You go to KFC.
That nigga lying. I don't know what for.
Wait
What you
until you
talking
go to
I
about?
don't eat KFC.
I'm just saying.
I ain't been to KFC in about goddamn
Not
5
you,
years.
not
I don't
you
know what you
personally.
talking about.
Right.
Or you personally, but black people, right, will go to the corporate thing. They trust more because we don't trust each other like that, right? We don't
That's
don't
not
trust to say-
true.
It's not that we
That
never
is
go
so
to
not
Feather
true.
and Fin. We go to
That's
we
so
go
not
Feather and
true,
Fin.
dog.
We go there.
Statistically, it's true.
I'm saying we gonna
That's
get
why I
more
love
money
all these
to
food review dudes and
Bojangles.
shit
We gonna
now.
get more money to
That's so not
KFC.
true,
No, the
man.
reason
Overall, because they make it's proven they make more money than
When the last time you ate
Feather and
KFC?
Fin and these other places.
years.
Exactly.
But the reason
I ain't eating
why
that shit.
no,
It's trash.
it is so true to what they're saying. But the reason why it's like that is because we are not bred, we are not groomed for unity when we're growing up. We are pit against each other. Families are pit against
The
families.
Willie Lynch effect. That's what it is.
But it's not supposed to.
I
be that way.
I think there was a
so many
historical
layers of
effort to get us to be
dysfunction.
like that, and it
Layers.
worked.
The Willie Lynch effect.
It worked. Jim Crow, all that shit.
No,
You know,
damn
but
Jim
from-
Crow. Willie
From
Lynch
the time
was
that we got here,
crazy and smart.
They used
He
to
came
make
from
us
the
fight
islands,
each
man.
other as slaves. You know, they put factions of us against each other.
Look, man.
The people that worked in the house,
Bro, he
and
put the
people that
light
worked
skin versus
outside.
the dark skin.
Yeah,
He
that's
put
how
the
it is.
short versus
So
the
that's-
tall.
It's
Okay.
the
The
historical
fat versus the
mindset
skinny.
that's
We
there.
can talk about the past all we want.
Because he said, man, y'all gotta stop
Right.
killing the
What we
slaves.
doing in the present?
We can talk about the past all we want to. The past is the past.
Look,
It ain't
Hey.
never gonna change.
Thank you.
But
That's
what
a
we
fact.
gonna do about today? You gonna
Thank
raise? Are you gonna tell your kids, hey, there's some black kids over there. Go play with them black kids. Go network with them black kids.
Mm.
yes,
What you gonna do today?
that's what I would do.
That's what I'm talking about. What happened in the past really don't matter.
That's what I would
we
do.
doing
Hey,
today?
look, I'm gonna take it in the same breath. I look at the little white boy, and his shit ain't going good. I'm like, hey, little man, come over here, man. Let me talk to you.
If you got enough money to put your kid in a private school full of white
That's
kids,
what I was gonna say. That's
would
what
you
we
do that
when we
versus
get
let
in a
them go
better
to
situation.
let them go?
No.
You, I'm just
I be
saying.
going to public school.
You have the.
I want you
I said
around
you have
all the
the
kids.
option.
I want you to be around the
How do you
Mexican.
create
the-
unity
I want
today?
all of them.
How do you create unity today?
Between us, amongst
Yes,
us.
amongst-
You gotta get that
Oh,
hate out your
oh,
blood. You gotta get the hate out your blood. Go ahead. Oh,
See,
sorry.
I'm a lover anyway, so I don't have no hating me. Like
We all got
I love everybody.
Black people are the most
How do
loving
you
people.
I
create
grew up that
unity?
way.
How do you create unity, and how do we create unity in the black communities and the black families today? I'm not talking about no other race.
See,
I'm talking
no.
about black.
All right, boom.
Well,
Okay,
I
back.
gotta tell you, I got a good answer to that.
Go
Not
ahead.
bad, brother.
Go what you said. Go ahead.
Well, for me to create unity, we would have to be on the same front, right? Can't be too many differences between us as a people. So, like, even with the Mexicans, right? Majority of the motherfuckers just look the same, you know what I'm saying? Act the same, and, you know, Latins all together, right? Same thing with white people. Majority of them look the same, act the same, have the same point of view, right? Same thing with the Asians. Majority of them look the same, act the same, got the same point of view. With us, we not looking the same, we don't act the same, and we all have different point of views. So as long as that happens, there's no way for us as black people to be unified, right? Now you might have different sections of black people. You may have like the uppity blacks, right? And they click together and they look the same, they exit. So that's a subsection of black. Then you got the thugs or the ghetto people that because they look the same, they act the same, and they got the same, right, the niggas. You got the same, you know what I'm saying? But they're clashing with each other. You know what I'm saying? Because there is now you have a section of black people here, you got a section of black people here. Now you have like the West Indians, right? They come from a whole other countries. They look the same, act the same, got the same culture, same what's going, but they're clashing with what's going on over here. You got the Africans, right? Look the same, talk the same, act the same, right?
Oh, no,
but they're against
different.
what's going on over here.
They
So that's the reason why, as an entirety of black, we will never have a unified front because
Well, not from
within
Africa.
black,
That's what I was saying. The thing that will do that is if we all wanted the same thing. So I thought I was going to get a common answer when I asked that question, because I'm saying it's stuff like that. What we want the best for our children, right? We say if somebody come and show me, hey, if your kid goes to our schools under our system, they have a better chance not only of graduating high school, but becoming high graduating people from multiple colleges. You can't say to yourself, I have the opportunity to do that, yet I'm not going to do it because of a personal grievance I might have towards the institution. I think you'd be kidding yourself. So we had a common goal in doing something like that. And that's just that thing. You know, maybe we have a goal of getting all black people into their own private home, no matter what that looks like. You know, if there was a thing that could get us to do that, no matter what type of black person we are, that'll be a common goal we can have. We'll all look unified because we'll all be towards the same goal at the same time. Because when you're looking on things down like from a 30,000 foot view and you just looking at shit moving, things just look a way in a common way. You don't see the little micro particulars of it because you ain't focusing on that. You see everything moving in a macro way.
That ain't the cure.
So maybe I'm not saying that it's totality is going to work, but
in order to be able to see it in a macro level, there has to be a level of trust in the microcosm, right? And that's where most of our issues are in our community. We don't trust each other, so we don't trust each other's words when we're saying stuff. So like, you can damn well see that somebody doing something fucked up with their kids.
Absolutely.
But because we don't trust each other, like what our intentions are when we're coming to tell, when somebody's coming to tell you what you did was fucked up to your kids, because you might not have the knowledge, you know what I'm saying? To move accordingly, to understand like what you're doing to your kids, how it's going to affect them in the long term. If another person is coming to tell you and give you some good information, most of the time we're going to be offended because we are mistrustful. We don't even understand that a person could be telling us something.
You
that's
said the black
improve
community,
us in perpetuity. Like in the long
the black dad has to be re-implemented back into the homes. Shit is stupid, man.
That's what I said.
Trust.
I said we're pit against
Trust
each other.
It's dumb, yeah.
We don't trust our men.
that has to be a major.
I don't trust our men. We don't trust our men.
The dad ain't around, son. That shit is weird. That shit retarded. And then a female have a nerve to be like,
what they saying?
Don't worry about
So
it.
I hear that.
You think the black woman is responsible for the black dad not being in the picture? Or is
Now,
the
okay,
dad
you heard
himself
what they saying
taking
about the
himself out the
goddamn
picture?
women's rights movement.
I think
Shit,
it's a combination.
they let a black woman vote before a goddamn.
Who do you
They
think
let a
is
black
doing-
man
who do you
vote
think is
before a
doing
white
it
woman.
mostly, though?
Come on, bro.
Who do you think is
This
mostly
is country living in
saying,
there.
I don't want you in my life, or I don't want to be here? You know, I think a man.
You not know
because I'm just saying that because more than likely
That ain't got shit to do with
the
nothing.
woman is responsible for divorces more than men are, right? That's just the truth. When women and men break up, it's the woman leaving or breaking a relationship. So you have to say at times the man wants to be there, right? But there's probably just a bunch of disgruntled men who, when they face a woman and say, I think we should break up, that man agrees with them right away. Yep, you're right. Thank you. Versus, no, we need to fight for this. We got kids. We got these things happening. We got this going or whatever. I'm saying that's more important to focus on than being disgruntled for personal grievances that have nothing with the totality of the longevity. The future itself with you and that family. The nucleus you was just talking about. That is broken, right? Because that man is not there.
Do you know why it's broken? Do you know why it's broken?
There's a lot of societal reasons. Locking black men up for no reason, putting them in prisons.
You missed
the men themselves getting.
No, listen.
You know,
check me out. Check me out. Goddamn, it was all black power, everything. Goddamn, back in the 50s and 60s and all that and everything, when the NAACP after Emmett Till got fucked up and they created that whole movement, right? Okay, so boom. Look, it was all black power, then the women's movement started. When the women's movement started, the women said, man, fuck these niggas.
You know,
I can't even go for that, man. Go ahead.
Swear to God, everything I love, goddamn, look it up. Think online. And they, instead of, like, and look, cause see, this the beauty of women right here. When the women movement came, they was like, shit. White, black, Latina, I don't give a goddamn what color it was.
All kind of women.
Motherfucking blue bitch. I don't give a damn shit.
Women came together.
They was like, oh, we're a family. And left black man hanging. And left black man hanging. And then usher.
I mean, for the we'll save that for the next conversation on the next episode. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't think we leave y'all hanging. But I really want to get into it.
No, they left us hanging.
I don't think they left us hanging either.
That goddamn show did.
I don't think so.
They hard ass, man.
I think, here's the thing.
I think it was good for them to have their power finally.
Man. Like, so women are a double minded.
And they fucked around, gave them Section 8 and food stamps and shit. And it was like, shit, well, I don't need no nigga now.
And I feel like that's what you were going with the whole time.
Now let me tell you something. Even with that, even with that, right? Because I don't like making excuses.
Even when they on Section 8, you can't even stay with them.
I don't like making excuses for niggas, right? Because
fuck that would hurt.
Regardless of what a woman do, right? I feel a man's still supposed to be a man, right? You're still supposed to handle yours like you're supposed to handle yours. You know what I'm saying? So we can't make no excuses because they did this or they did that, whatever the case may be.
I ain't making no excuses for no nigga to be sorry.
And stand on his own too, like he's supposed to stand on his own too. So that's just my opinion on it, right? So just because they did what they took you out the house,
you gotta be who you're supposed to be.
Right? You know, you gotta be who you're supposed to be, regardless of what. Just because they took you out of the house, just because they put you in prison, just because they did with all this type of stuff like that. Now we ain't talking about the guys who's never coming home, right? But let's talk about the guys who did come home, right? I did 5 years. You understand what I'm saying? 5 years out here. Baskerville, Greensville, and
you ain't gonna beat those,
nah.
You went to Powhatan?
I started out Powhatan.
You was a Powhatan receiver?
Right, but anyway, it's not about that, right? Anyway, I did 5 years myself, right? But still came home to do what I needed to do as a man in general. You know what I'm saying? Wasn't on no shit like, no, because you're just saying like they left the black man hanging. It's like, listen, I'm not leaving myself hanging. You know what I'm saying? Regardless if whoever step off from me, I got me. And if more black men say, yo, you know what, I got me.
Accountable for what men do. That's why I'm not understanding. Why should we, as women, as black women, white women, Latino, all of that, why do we need to be accountable for anything that y'all do? Because you said we left y'all hanging. Why do we need to be accountable for leaving y'all
because at the end of the day, you supposed to stick by my side.
But why should I stick by your side if you're not by my side?
You ain't none of that bullshit with your grandparents and shit. Your grandparents and your goddamn great-grandparents, they rocked and rolled. That's why.
Just because
now, all this whole goddamn
chose to stay in the abusive
1990s, 2000 shit, man.
Oh, you should not stay in anything abusive.
A
job, a relationship.
But that's what the great grandparents did. They stayed.
I don't know why that bullshit.
Wait.
Hey, look,
that's why I know my great grandparents.
This gets crazy, right?
Don't try to
I'm
calm
not trying to calm down. I'm just saying, like, when people talk about their great grandparents and their grandparents, you don't know what them people went through. You know what I'm saying? Because you was just. Yeah, right. You don't know what they was going through.
But you know the era. You know the era of shit. You know the era of shit, man. And you saw it.
Why do I need to continue that generation curse by
Well, who
saying
says it's generation curse?
Who said it was a curse?
And how you say
you guys are telling us to stay
because here's the thing.
And this is all be around you guys.
She said being the same type of person her grandma was.
Listen,
shit, you might need to be the person your grandma was.
You guys are doing the same thing that my granddaddy was.
Man, these goddamn girls ain't got OnlyFans pages and shit now.
But y'all not buying cars, y'all not buying houses, y'all not paying rent. Why should I sit beside you
Who
guys?
ain't doing that?
Not most of these men out here.
Yeah, it's a lot of them.
It's a lot of them. Why do I need to sit beside you?
Oh, you ain't
and
never heard that
continue to
term?
be loved?
Yeah, I was introduced to that.
Now, here's the thing.
The hobosexual.
See, and this is what I'm talking about, right? This is what I'm talking about, right?
Yes, I get it.
This is what I'm talking about.
Homosexual.
You
How'd you
niggas
like
that be
that?
like that,
Hey,
it's because you choose to be like
cold
that,
shit.
right?
I like that. I'm gonna do that shit.
Myself,
Hey, look,
choose to
I'm
be a
feeling it.
man.
I'm telling
I know that. I ain't gonna never be like that.
I choose to be a man. Whatever it is, whatever anybody thinks of what a man is,
Homosexual.
right? It doesn't matter. How I see a man is how I'm living my life, and that's how I choose to be a man.
Any man
and
out
before
there
I take
that
care
don't
of
know how to
anybody
be like
else,
that, we
I'm
can talk to you about
I'm
that.
taking care of myself. Before I try to take care of anything else, I'm making sure I'm good. Because if I ain't good, can't nothing else be good. Then after I'm good, then I have to make sure my lady's good. You know what I'm saying? Then after my lady's good, I got to make sure that the kids is good. But in the forefront, I have to make sure that I'm good.
Right.
There's no me dependent on no woman or
You can't do
anything
nothing
like
for
that.
nobody else.
Right?
You do
I
it
have to
yourself.
make sure that I'm good. And that's
Yeah.
what like
How
being a
about
man is for me. What's up?
Let me hold something.
Oh,
Nigga, you
my
missed
God.
that episode, man. Niggas ain't barring shit. Niggas ain't barring shit. And on that note, yo, this been another good one. We gonna wrap this up tonight. Y'all know what it is, man.
Support your local marching man.
That's right, man. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Yeah, all that good stuff. You know what I'm saying? And catch you on the next one. Peace.
Hey.